Yeah, we find her, the beautiful girl we've been missing. We wanna have her kissing. We find her, now we in love. So it goes so, the remix.
DMB, Tux Bites, remix.
Now if I had to lose you like a bad phone connection, I'd change my game to get a better reception. Sit back, let's start this interaction. Don't fight the feelings, just a chain reaction. Your heart won't give you the wrong instructions. Like my GPS, yes, I got the right direction. We gotta merge together like a road intersection. Last stop is gonna be my love and affection. I ain't like the mother dudes, they wanna call you shorty, but I don't call you a beautiful girl. I took your picture home, my mama saw it, she's a very, very beautiful girl. I wanna put you in my video, cause you're so beautiful. You're a beautiful girl. So when you hear us in your radio, turn up your stereo. It's beautiful girl.
Gotta find a shorty, what's worth of a lady. It's nice, but maybe doesn't look like 40. It's taking a little time. I wasn't seeing no signs, any traces of my baby. Who's gonna be my baby? But I thought I'm gonna take my time. Within it took a long fine eye. I saw a shorty passing by. She's got this very pretty smile. It was right at the bus station. I tried to make a conversation, holding her arms, feeling so charmed. I felt this sensation. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Now I realize I found me a beautiful girl. She's a model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it by. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes are killing tight. I found me a beautiful girl.
My wish came true when I saw you, girl. God must have blessed me with your beauty, girl. Looking so right from your head to your toe. Shaped like a cocoa bottle with a smile of a queen. My queen to be, you my destiny. Got a body of a goddess with your beauty. I'm impressed and I'm never in distress. Come on over and be mine. Been searching for a man and now all the cats keep looking to mine. With a sexy walk and a sexy talk. She must be from a planet called the sexy world. I know I ain't tripping, better yet I'm thinking put a ring on the finger. We look good together. Take your place in my heart. With your beauty I must say that I'll never turn away. Who would think I'm in love?
So the way she smiles at me just really makes me weak. The way she speaks to me just really make me go so weak. Keep staring in her eyebrows. All I kept on saying is wow. If you just hasn't breeze at night, all I really want in my life. Oh yeah, it's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, killing tight. I found me a beautiful girl. Yeah, beautiful girl. What beautiful girl, yeah. Beautiful girl.
Damn. Money. You seen her? Hot Ice. Have you seen her? LP. Have you seen her? I'ma go over to Tux Bites. I know you've probably seen her. He has a lot of beautiful girls with him. Tux, it's DMB, baby. Look.
Beautiful.
I look for a while, but I can't seem to find a beautiful girl so I can make her mine. Time after time, I've been searching for a while, but every girl I meet never seems worthwhile. What can I do? I pray to God for an answer. I feel pains in my heart like cancer, and when I find her, I'm gonna romance her. Lace several presents and gifts. Call me Santa Claus. I make a heartbeat pause. That's my girl, homeboy, not yours. The girl of my dreams, she's more than I ever thought. Show me ass and cut you. I think I'm getting punked. She's what I really want, so I'm a go-getter. Since I'm a go-getter, you know I'm gon' get her. And I will give her the world. Anything for my beautiful girl.
Psych. Ooh. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, killing
it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
Man of prestige. Ha! Now this guy win. Now you win. Now you win today. Now you win. Now you win. I agree. Man of prestige. Now man you be.
I'm sure some people will be jealous now the way I talk about Ola. But I have learned a lot from him. That's why I keep telling you to follow him. If you don't follow Man of Prestige, now you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back. We have a fantastic show set up for today. Do me a favor as you're coming in. Hit that like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. Shout out to my sponsors, MoFresh, Richie, Natu, Adesua, Film Girl, Tima, Show Mama, Grace Corner, D-Love, Yes TV. I appreciate you all for always supporting the platform. We're up to $61.67 this month. Our goal is $318.76. And you can sponsor the show for as low as 99 cents at any point in time. If we say anything, you got any kind of value at any point in time, you are inspired, feel free. And also you can hit that like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. My name is Ola. I'm coming to you live from my Empire Pro Studios. And basically what we do here, we talk about life and relationships. We leverage trendy topics to extract life and relationship lessons, and we focus on self-power, social seduction, attraction, and emotional intelligence. All right, that's what we do here. And you can download the books absolutely for free. I've literally poured everything I know to this point inside 5 books. Okay, in collaboration, 2 of the books with my wife, 2 of the books are on relationships, 2 of the books are on real estate, and 1 of the books are on business and marketing. You can download them for free at manofprestige.com. All right, and also we do have some merch at merch.manofprestige.com. And if you have any questions, inquiries, anything about the platform, feel free to send me an email at ask@manofprestige.com. If you want to join the conversations behind the scenes, you can join us on WhatsApp at whatsapp.manofprestige.com. Just type that into any browser on your phone, and you'll be able to chop it up with us in the back. On the backstage. Okay, all right, welcome. Do me a favor, hit that like button, share, subscribe. Let's ping everybody else into the room. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Hello MoFresh, welcome. All right, without any further ado, we're just gonna get straight to it because we have a fantastic show and some fantastic stories to cover today. All right, I'll be back in 20 seconds.
It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right, welcome back. So Usher. Yeah, I was trying to do the Usher. Right. So Usher is being dragged on the internet right now, even though, you know, he made it to the Super Bowl. He performed halftime Super Bowl on Sunday. It was a fantastic performance. And Usher brought out Alicia Keys. You know, Usher brought out Alicia Keys, and it was, you know, she was looking lovely. You know, she was looking lovely in all red. You can see that picture right there. But you know, people are kind of like somebody need to check this guy. Why is he always hugging up on people's wives behind them? And that's what we're talking about right now. So, and we're gonna talk about that really quickly. Is this inappropriate? A lot of people are saying, a lot of men in particular are saying that this is inappropriate. They're not appreciative. They feel like Usher needs to be checked, right? Meanwhile, Usher reportedly got married to another person over the last weekend or so. This young lady, according to some reports, I don't know how true that is, but Usher has been getting married about 5 times now. So he must be some kind of hopeless romantic. But let's get into it. I want to see some of the comments that people are making They just, a lot of people don't, because Alicia Keys is married to Swiss Beats, so a lot of men, I should say, men are feeling kind of funny about that. Like, why are you arguing up on this man's wife like that, So there's a report here. It says, really? So some of y'all are about to be mad about what I'm going to say. People in secure relationships can do things that people in insecure relationships cannot. He's not threatened by USHER. Okay, so they're talking about Swiss Beats. Swiss Beats is used to be Rough Riders producer. It's an American producer. That's the person that's married to Alicia Keys. The person said, this is just entertainment. She's working. They all probably went out after this and hung out with USHER's soon-to-be wife. Do you think Swiss Beat and USHER's new wife didn't see the practice show? Both of their partners probably knew every step before they made it. My tip to you is to fix your relationship so you are secure enough to know you're chosen for all your unique qualities. Your partner will choose you again if they could do it again. You're not competing against anyone or anything. The lines of communication are open, even though the conversation is difficult. And there is a commitment to figure things out. There is a commitment to trust and connect. So that's somebody's write-up on the internet, okay? That's somebody's write-up on the internet. But let's see. Pardon my manners. Let me make sure I'm paying attention to the chat. I love how Swiss Beats stood up for his woman with this comment. Yes. So let me read Swiss Beats' comment. This is what Swiss Beats said. It said, y'all talking about the wrong damn thing. Y'all don't see that amazing dress covering the entire stadium? That was beautiful. Okay. And somebody said it's not dress, it's a cape, whatever. Tonight's performance was nothing but amazing with two amazing giants. Congrats to USHER and my love, Alicia Keys. That song is a classic. My ooh. We don't do negative vibes on this side. We make history. Go see Giants at Brooklyn Museum. It's open until July. Blessing. All right. Swiss Beats has something to say. This was them. I mean, they look sexy together. All right. Performing at the Super Bowls. She looked good in that dress. USHER was doing his thing, was making those moves. And then boom, right behind another man's wife. Jesus Christ. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. He has his own wife. He just got married. Okay. So a lot of men are triggered. They don't want to be called triggered. I'm finding out. But, show us a different behavior and then maybe you won't be called triggered. All right. Because why is this going viral right now? This is going viral right now because of a reason. Because it's hitting a nerve somewhere. Except that it is not Swiss Beats nerves. From what we can see, of course, right? Someone said, can both concepts be true at the same time? Can a partner be secure while also not appreciating intimate contact, even if it's for the show? I'm curious to know other people's thoughts. All right, so that's a good point. That's a good question. At least somebody's calming down to ask a question. Somebody said, thank you all for you sharing your thoughts. It's her job. Now, if she were up there at a karaoke bar, I get it. But she's working. Similar to an actor or an actress. All right, that sounds like a shalaye too, but all depends on how people are socialized, cultured, personally or in their community. So I appreciate your thoughts. My wife is 100% New Yorker, and her standards are just such that certain things are unacceptable, and millions of people feel the same way. The reality is that a lot of people feel like this. Let me see what they're saying on Instablog Nigeria. My own people, of course, they have to chime in. My own people have something to say. Don't get it twisted. Priscilla said, music, art, it was beautiful, strictly professional. It looked professional to me. But everybody's standards are all over the place. So hit that like button, please. Let's bring everybody else into the room. Okay. Let's see. Secure. Somebody says secure, a secure man. Okay, so they're talking about the comments that Swiss Beats made. All right. I mean, check this out. I mean, that looks beautiful. When they first came on the scene, that was my focus. But you know, a few minutes later, clearly some people are not appreciating what they saw. But let me read some of these comments. Somebody said, "Go King." They're talking about Swiss Beats, right? Nigerian men voluntarily left the group chat. A confident, secure, mature man. Hey, and that's a man. He didn't let what's being said on the internet decide his marriage. Well, he can't, because you know, he can't let, because this comments are not his reality, right? They're both if these comments are not his reality, he can't. Let me say that. I don't know them. They're both entertainers. Were you not entertained? I was, personally. Somebody said he can vex in private with her and all, but it's cute that he's supportive in public. Okay, some people are saying maybe he was angry in private. I doubt it. A man that is secured in himself and this and his masculinity. There you go. Masculinity has just entered the chat. Why is this on Nigerian news? Because it's Alicia Keys. She's Nigerian. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. A supportive and mentally secured man, I stand. Somebody said Kiki's baby daddy left the group chat. Ouch. This is why they are saying somebody needs to check USHER, because there was one particular person that he was trying to dance with. He was trying to dance with Mary J. Blige. And Mary J. Blige was like, boy, if you don't get out of my face with that nonsense. All right. So, well, Mary J. Blige, I think she's a New Yorker, right? So some people don't play that. They're like, no. Take that away from here, right? So a lot of people are not appreciating, especially men, are not appreciating what they saw. But I'm going to go into a manosphere comment section. Let's see what they're saying. I'll be curious to see what they're saying in the manosphere. Let's see. Yep, I found one. I found one, because they're not going to be missing in this action, of course. Somebody say, I know I can't be the only one who loves hearing Charleston. Okay, that's another. Don't leave your girl around me, true player for real. Okay, so that phrase is becoming really, really real for a lot of people. That's coming to life for a lot of people. That's why they're saying they need to check USHER, you know. You make me want to leave the one I'm with. Lobaton. I'll just say this. It's always best to have effective communication, set boundaries, and extend personal and professional courtesy. All right. It's kind of interesting. They're kind of like head on straight though. One side is most men don't want better for themselves and aren't setting standards for their partners. Okay, so if your wife is not a singer who is professionally dancing on a stage, somehow you want something better than that, because that's a bad situation. I think the only person that can say that is Swiss Beats. And this is the issue that I have with modern men. All right. Worrying about other men's issues is not really a masculine trait. It's just, especially when you're obsessed, you know, if it becomes like you project your own issues on their situation, that's not really a manly thing to do. But who am I? I know what you're about to say next. Who am I to say a person is not a man? I didn't say you're not a man. I said manly. If that man is okay with it, who am I? That's really the sentence, right? Your vibe is infectious. Love watching. Okay, that's a USHER, herpes. Oh God, let it burn. Jesus Christ. I'm not seeing a lot of. Let's see. They're doing well as far as I'm seeing right now. Somebody said in Alicia Keys' defense, she was trying to back away from him till there was nowhere she could go. It all depends on what they rehearsed and what she. Okay. I ultimately don't really see much of a big deal in this. You know, personally, I don't see a big deal in this. If you're obsessed with the story at the top of your lungs, it's probably giving insecurity. Not that you have to agree to it. I get that you might not be able to agree to it, but it's giving insecurity because clearly these are entertainers. These are precisely entertainers. So they do what they do, they entertain, and they go back home like anybody else's job. Here's what I warn you. If you have this mindset that everything is wrong with this, please stay away from marrying people who already has a job as an entertainer. Even if they don't do this, you will always find something that you have a problem with. I can warn you right now. I'm just warning you. Welcome, D-Love. Okay, welcome. But let me know what your thoughts are. I want to know what you think about this. Is this inappropriate? Are you on the fence about it? Are you feeling like, yeah, it's not a big deal, right? Or you feel like it's inappropriate, or you're somewhere on the fence about it? You know, obviously within the context that she's an entertainer, he's an entertainer. He just got married this last weekend. I don't know if that means much to you, but clearly, it's not. I don't want to pollute you. Let me know what your thoughts are. Okay. Some people are saying it's insecurity. Some people are saying it's not that deep. Which side are you on? All right. I'll be back in 20 seconds.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right, welcome back. Let's talk about SEUN KUTI. SEUN KUTI, son of the legendary Fela Kuti, Anikulapo Kuti, SEUN Anikulapo Kuti, who has been quite outspoken when it comes to social issues in recent times, right? But SEUN KUTI and the wife they were in the news over the last few days, and I wanted to get through this really quickly. Let's see what they have to say. Something to the effect of cheating or whatnot. But let's see. I think there's a video here. Shout out to the ladies at the ladies at On Your View on TVC. They were grilling them, but we're just gonna listen to a little bit of a clip here and then see what they have to say. Let's see.
What's your deal breaker? Is there something that she can do?
What's your deal breaker?
Is there something that he would do and like, you know what, I'm done.
I don't think so.
Even if he cheats on you?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Wow. You won't leave him?
No.
You don't believe in cheating. What is cheating?
Okay. I'm not going to leave my husband because he cheated on me. Nah, that
Love is not ownership. You have to believe that you own somebody.
Would you cheat on her? Would you leave her if she cheats on you?
Nah.
Oh, wow.
Really?
What has that got to do with anything?
Explain this not cheating to me.
No, but what has that got to do with anything? You know what I'm saying? Like, the concept of people's love in the world is what...
Ownership.
You know, let me tell you something about Africa. That African men knew. This is why I say we are getting more stupid.
All right. Let's back it up a little bit, okay? So this is the part where they thought they would do a gotcha, right? And it was like, nah, right? I feel the same way. My wife sent me this video, and she said, I've always said this. I was like, yeah, I've always said that, you know. Because if I'm in it just because of a momentary feeling, or I'm operating off of momentary feeling, we wouldn't be in this in the first place. Does that mean we're anticipating that somebody's going to cheat? No. We're just saying any type of momentary act is or bad behavior, like, yeah, it's like it's a big deal, but not really, right? We need to know what happened, right? As opposed to the natural reaction. Yeah, that's when they say, hey, Ola, you thought, you know, act like you're human. No, I'm a human being. I've just assessed this, probably more than an average person, and it doesn't make sense to outrightly say, yes, I'm just going to leave her. It's only inexperienced people, okay, that will say things like that, or people that will actually end up doing the opposite of what they're claiming, right? The first question they asked them, look at her face. She's like, huh? He cheated? And? Why? That's it? And we're just going to be up and leaving? No. It's not that simple is what she's trying to say. There's no way it could be that simple. And if you look at even their manner, their demeanor when they were talking about this, is that confidence you're looking for. You're not looking for the, oh, that's it for me. That's not what you're looking for, okay? It doesn't mean that will be wrong too. I'm just saying, never mind what they're saying. Just pay attention to the level of confidence that comes with the way they're handling this question. Let me go back a little bit. I want you to pay attention to their body language while they were talking about this.
Can do that. I'll say, you know what, I'm done. There's something that he would do, and like, you know what, I'm done.
I don't think so.
Even if he cheats on you?
Yeah,
Why did she said, is there anything he could do? She said, I don't think so. It wasn't about cheating in the first place. And then Mariah decided to go for the worst case scenario in the mind of most human beings until they find themselves in that situation, right? There's none of us, don't let me say none of us, because that would be generalizing, but majority of us, cheating is not the deal breaker. It's not. If it was, we wouldn't be so angry at cheaters. All right, it would be as simple as, oh, you cheated, okay, let's move on. But clearly that's not how it works. The reality is that cheating is not really a deal breaker for most people. Some people are just better at putting that into words than others, right? And that's what I see here. Let me come to the chat really quickly. Let's see. D-Love says, sounds like an open relationship to me. Kukuma let everyone cheat so we can be passing STDs around. That's not what they said. That's not what they said, Mo Fresh. That's not what they said. Let's listen to it again. That's not what they said. They didn't say they're going around cheating, right? They're asking what is cheating. I've always said what is cheating too. I've always defined cheating as anything you would do behind your partner that you don't want to do in front of them, including going inside of the freezer to go and eat ice cream at 2 a.m. I've always said that, remember? So you're not just going to say it has to be sexual only or sexual intercourse or intimate contact or of some sort. We're not just going to isolate cheating into that. Cheating means you did not subscribe to that ideology with them, but you're doing something else behind them. That's what cheating ultimately means. I know what the society means when they say cheating. To them, it's all sexual contact or intimate contact with another person. That's all it is to most people, right? And that's why it's asking, what is cheating, right? What is cheating? Because if we're going to be saying, oh, cheating is the deal breaker right now, that is when we should say, Kukuma, what's the point of doing marriage? Because human beings are going to cheat, not cheating sexually, but other types of cheating too, right? Things like weaponizing sex against your partner when you clearly did not say you would do that at that altar. Could you decide not to do that? Like I gave the same pass. I said, hey, people evolve, people change. There might be circumstances. People just had babies. People just went through a sickness. They just went through circumstances that created the reality of what we're dealing with, right? No, let's not assess all of that. That's deal breaker. That's, first of all, that's not reality for every one of us, okay? You might have left after somebody cheated, but I guarantee you it's not on the day you found out. I guarantee you that there was more that went into that. It was probably, if the closest thing to that is maybe you were with a serial cheater. That person just would not stop their behavior. But cheating just by itself, a one-time event, something that happened, you found out they were engaged in an inappropriate conversation with another person. That wasn't the deal breaker. You might have shut down emotionally for a while, but it wasn't the deal breaker. Go and reassess it. Go and look back. These people just kind of know how to put it into words. But let me go over it again real quick. Let me know if you disagree. It's okay to disagree, by the way.
He would do it like, you know what, I'm done.
I don't think so.
Even if he cheats on you?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Wow.
She said, I don't think so. Even she actually saying no. That it's not that. That's what she's trying to say. She's just saying, no, it's not that. No. But she said, I don't think so because she kind of knew what they were going.
You won't leave him?
No.
It's like, we will leave him. She said, no. Who is going to match this man? I know you guys are stuck on the cheating part of the conversation, but who is going to compare? Who is going to replace this person? Look at him. Just look at his body language as she was saying this. He wasn't looking, he wasn't teaching. Okay, I think this was part of a Valentine's special, actually. Happy Valentine's to all of you guys, by the way.
Cheating. What is cheating?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Wow. You won't leave him?
No.
We don't believe in cheating.
He said, we don't believe in cheating. What is cheating? And he took a sip. That level of confidence is wild. That's what you're looking for on both ends.
What is cheating?
And our face is like, huh? Somebody cheats, so you're leaving. Okay, let's rewind back for a second. Cheating is probably not their reality too. Like somebody just sneaking around to go and sleep with just to have sex with another human being is probably not really their reality. If it was, Seun really doesn't have to shalaye to anybody. Okay, he can live the life of his father if he wants, and nobody will check him. And he's very public, and people will say hi because he's a cheater. That's why he's saying that. But he doesn't come off as that kind of guy too. Let's keep going.
I'm not going to leave my husband because he cheated on me. Nah, that
Love is not ownership. You have to believe that you own somebody for.
Would you cheat on her? Would you leave her if she
He went straight to love is not ownership, okay?
cheats on you?
Nah.
Because I've always said you have to love in a way that the other person feels free. If you can't do that, it's kukuma. It's better. Just it's okay. All right, you can connect in other ways of life without necessarily doing life with another person.
Oh, wow.
Really?
And then
Would you cheat on her?
this
Would
is
you
gotcha
leave her
moment.
if she cheats on you?
Nah.
He said, nah, it's not going to leave his wife too just because she cheated. They're talking about cheating. They're not talking about open relationship. If it was open relationship, it wouldn't be called cheating. That would destroy the definition of cheating because it's open. Right? They're talking precisely, she snuck behind me and she did something stupid. No, it's not as simple as I'm going to leave. It's not that simple. That's what he's trying to say. Right? Can it end up ending up leaving? Yes. But no, there's no way it can be that simple. There's no way in life except in relationships and marriage where we think it's just okay to outrightly leave, even though we really never do that. We process it, we cry over it, we take our time. You have so much vested interest, so much reason. So your life has been invested in this. So it's never that simple anyway, right? It's just that we have a person that will tell it like it is. Remember I covered Charlie Boy here last week. Similar situation. Shout out to Lady Navarre. I see you, Lady Navarre. Good to see you. All right. Let me see. It's not about what they said, MOP. It's the details in between. Exactly. That's what we're doing. That's what I'm doing. That's why I'm assessing it, right? Yep. Let me see. Anything else? Okay. We're just still listening. You guys just want to hear my opinion on this, okay? So I think it's on point. If you're just coming in, hit that like button, share, subscribe, please. Let's ping everybody else into the room. Let's not get lazy with that. Thank you. I appreciate you always. All right, so let's keep it. So he said no, even him, because it would have been that girl is a pick me. That's why she's saying that. But he said no as well, and I've always said that, right? Could I leave because my wife cheated? Yes. Am I just gonna leave because she cheated? No. There's two different sentences, right? Can cheating, infidelity lead down to the demise of that relationship and the marriage? Yes. There's no guarantee somebody will stay with you even after one infidelity event, okay? There's no guarantee. So, and nobody should be shaming anybody to stay in a situation where they don't feel safe or secure anymore. And if you try to shame people into that, it will work against you. But I'm just saying the reality is that we're not going to. So what if we face this kind of reality with more intentionality, right? What if we move with some level of confidence, like, no, like I'm busy nurturing my relationship, and no, I'm not even going to give a small crack that, oh, you cheat, I'll just leave. Like, no, it's not that simple, and we don't have to make it that. But you know, Indomie generation, you cheat, I leave. First of all, that's not real. Remember, I'm saying that's not reality, okay? And that's not reality for most people, okay? They might shut down on the relationship, but leaving is usually the last thing that they are thinking about. If anything, let me even tell you what I've observed personally with ladies in general. They would try to compete and stay and win that man against that strange woman. That's literally what they're going to, that's what their natural instinct will be doing. And they will be praying about it, going to church about it, and trying to win that man's heart back to themselves. Even if that man will collect later on. That's more of the reality of what happens, right? Let's keep on.
Oh, wow.
Really?
What has that got to do with anything?
Explain this not cheating to me.
No, but what has that got to do with anything? You know what I'm saying? Like the concept of people's love in the world is what.
Ownership.
You know, let me tell you something about
It's
Africa.
ownership. That's what he's saying.
Africa, that African men knew. This is why I say we are getting more stupid as African people.
Okay.
African men knew this 500 days ago, 400 days ago, 300 days ago, 200 days ago. But today, we African men are forming as if we don't know what's going on.
Okay.
In Africa,
They're waiting silent, like they're looking for that gotcha moment. Let's keep going.
only your sister's children inherit from you.
Only your sister children inherit from you. Now that makes sense, but it's profound for that to be said out of somebody's mouth. only your sister children inherit from you. It's talking about the fear of paternity fraud that you have modern men peddling around the internet today, right? Like, it's not, African men don't even ever bother themselves about that. It's only your sister's children that can inherit from you. Back then, I don't know how true that is, but it makes sense if Africans moved that way 200 years ago.
Because they are the only ones you are sure are your blood.
Because they are the only one you are sure are your blood.
Your shower water.
The king goes to the sister's child. The heir to the king is the sister's child, not his own children.
Why?
Because he's not sure.
All right, if you know this, please verify this. But if that's how they moved, it's making sense. Okay, 200 years ago is like yesterday, so I'm not sure. Priscilla said marriage is overdose of forgiveness, patience, long suffering, but the serial cheating is a deal breaker. It's serial cheating that ends up that has a higher chance of ending up being quote unquote. It just makes sense to save yourself from that situation because clearly they have no respect for you or themselves, especially themselves, right? That's a person that just has bad behavior. They're not going to change, right? But that, you know, if you cheat, you're just going to leave. Nobody does that anyway. Nobody does that, right?
So what are you suggesting, that it's okay for your wife to cheat on you?
I'm just saying it's okay.
You see how she went to who said it's okay for them to cheat on you? How did he end up here in that part of the conversation? He never said that, but that's the fear of cheating. The fear of cheating is the beginning of wisdom, right?
So what are you suggesting, that it's okay for your wife to cheat on you?
I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying that African people knew. Right from time.
He's saying human beings are human beings. Human beings will cheat. We're not talking about cheating particularly in sexual or intimate ways, but people cheat. People will participate in bad behaviors when they can get away with it. If you want to learn how to influence people to deem you as the last thing they will want to cheat on, that's a different conversation. That's going to be a function of influence and the quality of the relationship you have with that person, not because of some rules you set there. Okay, those rules will be discombobulated by default as a fact of life. That's just what it is. Okay, that's the reality, right? So human beings cheat. That's what they do when they can. If it becomes, I always say something, right? When it feels right, human beings will participate in bad behavior. When it feels right, feelings, can it destroy them? Yes. It can also destroy you. Yes. Because you're not going to be happy if you find out that your partner cheated on you. We're not changing any of that fact, right? So now it's a matter of like, we'll just be disciplined. Well, how about be disciplined in realizing that these are emotional connections between people, and if something is wrong with that emotional connection, human beings will literally yield to participating in bad behavior just to soothe their feelings in a moment, even if it can potentially destroy them. Right? What should you do with that? Just awareness. That's all we're saying. Just awareness. Just be aware of human behavior. Human behavior is not your mate. That's all we're saying. This idea that there's a person who would never participate in bad behavior does not exist is the point. That's really the point. Born chances in some cultures, yes, really. So, but it makes sense if that's how they moved, because again, trust and verify, right? In real life. I've heard something along those lines. MOP, I disagree. There are many people who will dump you ASAP if you cheat. No, that means even before they find out you cheat, if they smell it, they would have dumped you. That's something else entirely. Most human beings, if they have invested in that situation, it's not that simple is the point. Should they dump you? Maybe, maybe not. It depends. There's so much more that goes into especially long-term relationships and marriage than you found out that somebody... So the normal human emotions can't make such a pragmatic, quote-unquote, pragmatic decision just like that. If anything, it's another emotional decision. And they were probably on the fence already anyway. They probably left long before that. That's just in general, just human behavior, right? So now, are there some exceptions to every rule? Of course, you know. But I guarantee you, it's not just because they are that sharp. It just makes sense. 1 and 0, you cheat and leave. Right? If that's what they were doing, they were already on the fence. They are not your normal human being. If that's what they're able to do, human beings are not capable of doing that. That's my point. Never heard this before. I know of matrilineal cultures, but not sisters' children. Yeah, that's what I haven't heard it before too. So I'm sure somebody would tell me that is one aspect of a matrilineal culture, huh? Yep. Yeah, D-Love said I'll kick him up sharp. Yeah, because you were on the fence already. You're probably ready. You probably smell some. You were just looking for him to misbehave. He didn't need to be cheating. It could just be like he drank the water on the table that it's not supposed to drink, and that's it for you anyway. You were like ready to go anyway. They're talking about their situation, right? It does, like, the idea of cheating really doesn't make sense to them. There's no room for that in their relationship. And that's precisely what you're looking for. It will be extremely hard for you to believe that that actually happened, right? So let's see. Most people that are cheated on, they also usually, not most people, but a lot of people can smell it. They knew it was coming. They knew that this guy's hands were not clean. They knew that this girl is moving kind of funny, right? It doesn't look like them, right? So there's a certain level of bond that they have that it really does not making all the way sense to them. Like, what's cheating? God save Gono, right? Because some people, all you have to do is chat with the girl and go and play tennis with them, and that's it. You're cheating as far as you're concerned.
The purest blood is the woman's blood.
Yeah, your blood is matrilineal. You go to your
matrilineal.
Sister, come from your mother.
Yes.
Because even
yeah, I've never heard it before, Sha.
You are sure it's your sister's blood, which is your blood.
Gotcha.
Your brother's children, you are not sure. They are your children.
Even your own children.
Even your own children, you are not sure.
Yeah, but that's where DNA comes in.
Even with DNA, what will he do? If the child is already like, you raised a child for 20 years.
This is the point he's trying to make right now.
You child for even 5 years.
The DNA thing is useless, right? That's why it still hurts, even after you find out that child is not yours. We're talking about the emotional aspect of things, right? I have to keep moving you guys closer to it. Because naturally, you're like, no, I can just make it black and white. But no, you can't, because you're a human being like the rest of us. Once you raise a child, past, right? Even if you find out with DNA is not yours on day one, it still hurts. It hurts like hell.
You've invested yourself as your father, as the father of that child. Now they bring DNA. The child is not your own. Except you are a coward of a man. That's your child.
That's your child. Except you are a coward of a man. There's a lot to what he's saying. There's so much more to what he's saying than meets the eyes. I'll be your surface level. Unless you're a coward, right? Somebody's gonna say like, well, don't call him a coward. If it's not your child, you shouldn't raise another person's child. That's not the point. You missed the point again. That's not the point. The point is that if you're that engaged with that child emotionally, that thing that you're coming up, that decision you're coming up with as a scientific decision is not going to be your reality. You're going to hurt. It's going to hurt you badly. You're going to have a hard time letting go of that bond, that connection you've created with that child. That is the reality of the human mind.
Right? Except you now want to say, except the real father wants to contest the DNA. Which way were you these 5 years?
Okay, so explain to me why you don't believe in cheating. I want to understand.
Because there's no such thing.
Okay, so
love is not
falling
ownership.
out of okay, having somebody else.
What he's saying is that once somebody cheats on you, they probably weren't yours in the first place. They probably didn't belong there in the first place. They probably there was underlying issues, right? And there's some people that see cheating as black and white. Most people do, right? Until they're in that situation. Then they look at their actions to respond to infidelity, and it doesn't match black and white. Because if it was black and white, you just cut it. But you couldn't cut it. How do I know? But even when you leave, you're angry. Because you can't cut it. It's not that simple. That's what he's trying to say. That relationship is almost saying it did not exist. If somebody could cheat on you, it did not exist. Release yourself from that situation. You cannot own another human being is what he's trying to say. That's the overall of what he's trying to say.
By the side for like a one-off or a continuity is not term cheating. What is it?
Because love is not ownership.
Okay.
I don't own you now.
Okay.
And I don't think we've banned owning as slavery, no? Slavery is banned.
Yeah, but there's something like commitment to somebody. Like, you know what, I am committed.
Look at Tokwa's face. She's like this, like, listen, I kind of want to agree with him, but no, I disagree. No. They've never heard that before. It's beyond them, right? But it's actually simple. You can't own another person. If they're with you, they're with you. If they cheated on you, they're not with you. And even at that, it's going to be a hard thing to just let go. It's not that simple. If you let go like that, if you look like that on the surface, there's other things going on. You're probably angry. You're probably very, there's something else going on. You're still a human being like the rest of us. The focus should be on creating a bond that this will not even exist in the first place. That's why I kept saying, what is cheating? It doesn't exist. You cannot own another human being. Let him say it again.
It's you 100%. So if I go out, then I've broken that trust.
Commitment. That means I've said that. Okay, this is my commitment to you.
What if that trust is broken?
Make that commitment and they still break it.
Mistakes happen.
And I don't understand how people stay with such people.
Yeah, now I get inside.
So that means if she makes...
He's talking about a serial cheater now. He doesn't understand why people stay with such people.
And I don't understand how people...
So what if that trust is broken?
Make that commitment and they still break it.
Mistakes happen.
And I don't understand how people stay with such people.
Oh, another angle. He said he doesn't understand how people stay with such people that make commitment and break it. Now, the next question is that, do you guys have some kind of commitment to something? Is this like an open relationship? Now you can bring in that question. Is this like an open relationship something? I don't think so, because they clearly say, what is cheating? You cannot own another human being. Now, there's only so much energy that human beings have. What time and what money and resources do you have sneaking around, cheating with people or sleeping with multiple people? Now, they might have that lifestyle. I don't know that. Right? But I think that's a good point to take away from the idea of cheating, right? If you really put things in perspective, right? There's a sense of entitlement and ownership that goes into when people have that conversation. And that's what he's pushing against. And that's what I push against, right? That I think it creates an opposite effect of what you want in your relationship. I think people should just want to be with you. I think that's better. I think that's more sustainable, right? Than they must be with me because it is a rule somewhere. Actually, such rule does not exist. That's the point I'm trying to say. Like, they get to do what they want to do, especially if it feels right. You will just end up tired about the commitment and all this kind of stuff. Even though it kind of yielded like, okay, commitment, yeah, blah, blah, blah. But he's always with this lady. They will talk more about that.
If she makes that mistake, if she makes that mistake,
there was no commitment. Yes, it's not a mistake right now.
So how does it redefine your relationship? That's what we're getting to.
It doesn't redefine it.
So what Brian asked originally, is there a deal breaker? That is whether she used the example of cheating, it might not be cheating.
Yeah,
is there something that you are committed to between each other as a couple that is sacred to you both?
Like
that if it comes...
The deal breaker for me is maybe if she becomes like a capitalist.
There you go. Some kind of ideology. Ideology is much more stronger in our head. Your religion, things like religion, your political ideology, things that you were raised with, things that's become part of your identity, is probably much more stronger than, you know, the regulars. I will never do this. You will do everything you say you never do. If it's not ideology instilled in you as a person, as part of your identity, you will break them, you know. So something as simple as capitalism, to me, that doesn't make any sense. You can be a socialist if you want. I can still, but to him, that's a deal breaker, right? But it's such a strong thing for him. Let me see here. I heard back in the days, women in Yoruba land were polygamous and women openly had multiple partners. It was more recent that the polygamous men culture took place and what we are familiar with. Yes, I've heard that before too. Why I said some culture, the sisters' children inherit from their uncles. Yeah. Bon chance, I was not disagreeing with you. I was countering what Seun said. Yeah, Nigerian women and these bumpy hard wigs, they would look better in shuku. In shuku. Okay. On that wigs matter. Anyway, let me see here. I think that was it.
That's it.
Let me leave it at that. I want to know if you're watching this as a replay later on. I would like to know your thoughts on this. Do you agree with Seun? Do you disagree with Seun and his wife? Why? Let me know in the comments. Let me know how you feel about this idea. Did you at first, like D-Love said, hey, was this an open relationship or something? Or do you still see it as open relationship? I would like to know what you think about this. Priscilla said the rules spoil the beauty of the relationship, makes it a prison-like. That's why everybody's running away. That's why they're filing for divorce, because at the end of the day, people, you don't own people. All right, so let me know your thoughts. I'll be back in 20 seconds.
It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
Hey, welcome back. So somebody sent a comment. I said once in a while I'll be working on I'll be reading comments, right? So somebody left a comment on this Mohbad matter that I thought, I should make it an update. It's not true to me. Again, this is all hearsay anyway, so. But I'm just going to read it as an update. And then I would like to know what your thoughts are. But shout out to Bobo, I guess. Bobo or Bobo, I'm not sure. Person says, Mohbad's mother was just being sarcastic here. So remember the story where there's an audio. So this is like a part 2 to that. There's an audio of her saying to Mohbad's father to go and do DNA tests now. Because, she was, so this person tried to explain where she was coming from. With now kind of like insinuating that even Mohbad's father is not the real father. Mohbad, just a quick catch up. Mohbad is a young man who passed away in September. As a young man, upcoming artist, it passed away, and there were kind of like shady stuff around his passing, and there's still investigations going on about that. But since then, there's been a massive family feud in their family, and we kind of covered the story so we can, for the most part, note how not to behave in public when there's crisis in life. Crises are inevitable in life. Conflicts are inevitable in life. And if you're going to prepare for anything in life, preparing for happy days in marriage, you should love each other, you should do this, you should never cheat on each other. All that kind of stuff is surface level, okay? What you really need to be learning is how to handle conflict. And most people literally ignore the reality that conflict and crisis will happen in life. That's literally the only thing that's inevitable. I said the only thing, but I just said two things: conflict and crisis. The point is that it's going to happen to everyone in one shape, form, or the other. Large scale, small scale, it's going to happen. And how would you conduct yourself when there's crisis? Meaning you're faced with a situation that you don't understand and really upset you. How would you behave, right? So we try to cover this kind of stuff so you can at least note how not to behave, and then we give you some tools to replace that, because there can't be a vacuum. You have to have ways of replacing, of reacting when this kind of things happen, so in covering all of this story, we kind of like in between the lines, you can read between the lines and get some lessons. Okay, all right. And by the way, the lessons are not only what I say, it's also sometimes when you kick against what I say, it forces you to think a little bit deeper. That's what I'm looking for personally, and that's what you should be looking for. All right, Mohbad's mother was just being sarcastic here. The father has been going from one platform to another, seeking for donations to pay lawyers' fees and to do DNA. He has gotten a car gift on the pity party he's been doing while throwing the mother of his children and Wumi, the mother of his son's child, under the bus. Okay, his daughter-in-law. He was already reconciled with Mohbad's mother, and Mohbad planned to hold a traditional marriage for them. That's for his parents. Okay, I've never heard that part, but I think it looked like they had something going on, right? So he was trying to hold traditional marriage for them, where his father would have paid his mother's bride price in October. Wow. If he had not died in September, Mohbad's mother claimed that there was no fight between them till their son passed away, and he would have slept over at her house the day after Mohbad died, but couldn't do so because of the family members that came to sympathize with her. Okay, so the mother is the one you're looking at right next to me. That's Mohbad at the center, and that's the father all the way to the extreme right. All right, so he would have slept over at her house. So there's literally, this person left a whole, like a sentence of about 1,000 words. I think there's a couple of periods there, but anyway, I'll try. So he couldn't do so because of the family members that came to sympathize with her. Yet Mohbad's father started telling his bloggers that she was sleeping around. That was why she left her children, and she only came back into his life when he became rich. He went as far as implying that the mother turned his children against him and was using charms to collect money from Mohbad while Mohbad neglected him. Okay, so he's clearly jealous of this woman at this point, according to this report. Now, let me say this. People turning their children against each other is a very common accusation, okay? My estimation is that it's only accurate at around 10% of the time when people throw that around, okay, on either side of the gender. When we say, well, he forced the children, he taught the children against me, or she taught the children against me, okay? The reality is that those children are also going through that experience with you, and they're also making up their own mind on what they think is happening, and their own narrative is not necessarily accurate either. People are sharing their own experience. You're sharing your own experience. That person have their own experience, and all of these different experiences are different. Okay, even when the police show up in case of a situation like this and they take down notes and they say, hey, this is what happened, there's always some kind of unique angle to the way that experience is narrated. And this is something you should be aware of when you're handling conflict. It allows you to approach things with empathy. Okay, I had a conversation with my wife this afternoon on the topic of empathy. Empathy is not about emotions. It's not about exonerating the other person that you're having empathy for. It's about you having some patience with yourself so you can understand where they're coming from. It doesn't mean they get away with their crime or their misbehavior or their atrocities. No, it means you as an individual can calm down and take some time, drink some water, and understand where they are coming from, so you're not shooting from an empty place, because you're probably going to shoot something, right? You don't want to be shooting blanks from an empty place, because that's precisely what you're going to do, and you're going to make matters worse when you're doing that. Let me continue. So again, he went as far as implying that the mother turned his children against him and was using charms to collect money from Mohbad while Mohbad neglected him. This particular blogger and some other bloggers that have been contributing money for him rubbished this woman, rubbished Mohbad's mother, and likened her to a public toilet just because she refused to join him in lying against their son's widow. He went ahead to tell his bloggers that he would have preferred that it was Adura, Mohbad's younger brother, that died instead of Mohbad, because he also refused his request for him to lie against Wunmi at the coroner inquest. Chengbo. Mohbad's, now I was not exposed to this, but some of these things are predictable. When you see people behave a certain way, some of these things are predictable, and if you just know enough of these things, eventually you'll see that human beings have patterns. We do. Mohbad's two siblings and their mother are in support of Wunmi and Liam, Mohbad's son, for reasons best known to them, but Mohbad's father is claiming that they have all been paid to work against getting justice for Mohbad. This woman sent this voice note, the voice note that we played the last time, right? She sent that voice note to Mohbad's family friend, that is the one managing his affairs now because of what Mohbad's father said on Brekete platform. Yeah, that's what we were reacting to, right? So she, out of anger, sent that voicemail, right? He practically called his grandson a bastard there. He did, and they corrected him, and he tried to adjust it, but you said what you said is on tape, right? He practically called his grandson a bastard there. He said the boy's placenta was given to the biological father of that child. See, if you reference the biological father of that child in your rhetoric, like they give it to the father. If you said that, you're essentially saying that that child is a bastard. It will be interpreted as exactly that, even in the court of law. Yes. And that it was not Mohbad that named the boy Liam. He did say that. He claimed Liam is a Muslim name. He also mentioned that Mohbad's mother is married to another man, which is a white lie. Okay, we're not sure if that's a lie or not. He himself has confirmed that they are now reconciled several times. Okay, I think there are videos of him saying that out there. It would interest you that after Baba Mohbad said all he said on Brekete, and after this Mr. Muyiwa received this voice note, they both went on a platform where money was donated from Mohbad's father to thank those that donated money to him. And they said they wish to tell people that they are not denying that Liam is not the biological son of Mohbad. So now they are now saying they are not denying it. Okay, all right, good. At least they're fixing it. I don't know how far they can go with fixing that rhetoric, but let's give them some chance, cut them some slacks, right? They both claimed they are only asking for DNA to save the boy from future embarrassment, right? This voice note was supposed to be a private voice note to someone who claimed to be a distant cousin, family friend of Mohbad's father. So releasing the voice note to the bloggers supporting Mohbad's father only proves that he was the one that has been using those bloggers to bully his daughter-in-law and his family because they are not happy with the way he has been using Mohbad's death to gain wealth. All right. Let me say this. That's the end of that, okay? Let me say this really quickly. Nobody is going to gain wealth from Mohbad's passing, okay? As a matter of fact, I don't think there's anything there for them. You know, I think that man was too young when he passed away. I'm not sure if he has too much. They might get royalties here and there, hopefully, you know, to take care of Liam, but whatever they are fighting for is not much, honestly. And that's what people miss sometimes when they are fighting over properties. What a waste. What a waste, right? Money is a vehicle, okay? But that's about it. You know, that's about it. The happiness you can get from money and properties and so limited. It's not worth it. It's never worth it because this too shall pass. And then you'll be left with yourself, essentially. Okay? But let me know your thoughts on this update. I just wanted to bring this here as a quick update. Let me know what your thoughts are on this quick update. Do you think, do you believe what this person just... Shout out to Bobo who left a comment, okay? Is it true? Do you believe what they said? Are you still taking sides here? You know, when the family feuds, right? Nobody wins, right? It's a waste. Nobody's gonna win in any of this. I'm sorry, oh, I'm sorry for you. Nobody's gonna win in any of this. Okay, they're just gonna drag themselves, and unfortunately, it becomes additional trauma for that young man to have to deal with for the rest of his life. Okay, but I want to know your thoughts. I'm curious. Leave your thoughts in the comment area, and let me see here. Yep, I'll be back in 20 seconds.
It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Me love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right, let's talk about TYRESE really quickly. Tyrese is a gift that keeps giving. I think he dropped an album yesterday. Shout out to Tyrese. I love Tyrese music, by the way. I do, you know. And I think he dropped an album, and some of those sounds I listened to yesterday, they were fire. Absolutely, you know. So some might say, hey, maybe he had been planning to drop an album. Tyrese, by the way, is an American R&B artist, but is mostly known for his roles in the Fast and Furious franchise. He's a movie actor. He's big as a movie actor. All right, but in recent times, he had dragged his ex-wife in public, dragged his whole family in public, dragged himself in public, and a lot of people, they love taking sides. Lots of people love taking sides with Tyrese. They said, "Do you want to kill this man? Don't kill this man for us." And I said, Umashio. Shout out to Brother Ben. Brother Ben, I see you. How far? My brother, I hope you're doing well. All right. He said, "Don't kill him. Don't kill him for us." You know, another black man. I said, and then he's eating up the sympathy. And unfortunately, sympathy is not always a good thing. It's not always a good thing. But anyway, right now, what they're saying is, what he said himself is that he's no longer with his girlfriend. So he had a girlfriend. He had a serious girlfriend all the while he was spending all of this energy dragging his ex-wife. Now, granted, there's some crazy stuff going on in the court, right? But if you're going to fight people in court, you have to use the weapons available to you within the rules. Because if you drag yourself with the water in the internet with your emotions, it might just get worse for you. And that's what has been happening, exactly as I predicted for Tyrese. I am not a prophet. It just makes sense. Like, if you're busy spending all this energy dragging your ex, it's like what Peter Obi said. You left the shop and you're chasing after the thief that stole one little item they will raid your store before you come back. That's literally what we're talking about here, right? But a lot of people can't see that far. So what they see is like the wrongdoing of the ex-wife. Let's call her out, hold her accountable. Say, Baba, you're not in this guy's shoe. If you truly put yourself in this guy's shoes, you will know that he has a lot more to lose dragging nothing with this ex-wife. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. But this is just the tip of the iceberg of probably what's going on with him. But anyway, he came out. This is a report on Bola Alert. It says Tyrese revealed on Instagram that he and ZELIE Timothy have gotten, what is it again? This is them, by the way. Okay. Have broken up due to his upcoming album featuring too many songs about his ex. As ladies, let me ask you, if that was you and your newly found handsome hot chocolate dripping chocolate boyfriend is dropping a fantastic beautiful songs album, and there's so many songs. What is so many songs? Just 2 out of 20 song album. 2 of them about the ex. And you know, he's not praising the ex, he's just dragging her, right? He's dragging her on the internet. Every other day he's dragging her. It's not every other day, I'm exaggerating, but you know, when he's ready, he drags her sharply, you know. Well, would you be happy with 2 songs? What if it's just 2 songs? It's not a big deal, right? What about 3 songs? What about 5 songs? What about there's no songs that mention her name, but you know that he's talking about his experience? Because the beauty about these albums and this work of art is that it's about people's experience, right? So you're not going to stop him from sharing his experience. If the general public is not stopping him from telling his story, who are you and your girlfriend to stop him from telling his story, right? So that leaves you with not much choice, right? Would you feel some type of way if you listen to a song, but you can't help but to see the picture of Samantha Lee Gibson? Let me show you. Some of you might be seeing this story for the first time. The lesson here is very, very clear. Okay, this lesson is very, very clear. What you focus on expands. Never mind your intention. I know you have good intention. You're a good person. You know what I'm saying? You're a good person. So everything, you know, you feel entitled because you're a good person. I know. Me too. I'm a good guy too. I feel entitled too, right? You're not alone in this. I'm with you, okay? Right? So his intentions was just to tell a story and put out a work of art that everybody can relate to. And the only way he's going to do that is to tell his experience, right? That's all he's doing. That's Samantha Lee right there. So all you can see, you're a new girlfriend. You're ZELIE, right? This is ZELIE right here. Shout out to ZELIE. ZELIE is pretty too, right? And you're ZELIE, and you're listening to some songs on your boyfriend's new album, and all you can picture is Samantha Lee, because all of these stories, and you're even almost getting confused that Abi is talking about Uni. Who is he talking about? ZELIE or Samantha Lee? ZELIE or Samantha Lee? Oh, this is ZELIE. Oh, everybody's confused. Even ZELIE self-confused. Right? So it's a lesson for you, especially the brothers out there. If you're moving on, I know if you have some kind of experience, you have a tendency to want to talk about it, you should share your experience, but context matters. You need to do that within controlled environment as a man, because you have an empire to protect. You can't just move mad out of your feelings. Your feelings are valid already.
You're right.
But if you need other people to continually tell you that your feelings are valid, hey, Papa, I know you have good intentions. I know you do. I know you have good intentions. Boy, you go collect.
Sorry, yo.
I know you have good intentions. I get it. All right. And you feel entitled because you're a good man.
I never expected it.
You are a good man. You are a good man. Okay. I'm not taking away from that. But that's just not how this world works. Okay. In this real life here, you better know what you're doing. Better know what you're doing. D-Love says, very childish men. Brother Ben says, sorry, Afro-Netizen. Brother Ben of Afro-Netizen says, sorry to say, but Tyrese need to dust his passport and get himself women from outside America. Wala, not the outside. So are you saying he needs to become a passport, bro? Yeah? Wala. Tyrese thinks he dey wise.
You think he dey wise?
That's not going to work for Tyrese. Tyrese's shadow will follow him anywhere he goes, unless he fixes himself. Okay? Oh, no, I'm not saying he needs fixing. Sorry, my bad. The way he sees life, you need to fix that. That part. American ladies are difficult to live with. I'm sorry, that's my opinion. Wahala. More Braben with that bro code. They already know you. They can tell you're coming. Braben, they can see you from afar, 10 miles away. But ZELIE left because he was not over Samantha. What did American ladies know do now? Listen, black American ladies don't understand love. You're on your own, Brother Ben. Or you're.
You doing what?
Anyway, let me see here. So, some of the comments, okay? We need to get to some of this comments. Let's see. Okay. All right. So, Tyrese revealed on Instagram that he and ZELIE, okay? He and ZELIE Timothy are broken up due to his upcoming album featuring too many songs about his ex. And he put up this. Shout out to Natu. She shared this with me first yesterday. But he dropped some songs on album. But he said, my Super Bowl plans are effed. My Super Bowl plans are fucked. Power outage in my neighborhood, so I'm going at M. And me and ZELIE just broke up over some dumb shit. Remember this, she demanded that I cancel my album because there's too many songs about my ex on there. Fuck does that even mean? He doesn't know what does that mean. He does not know what that means. This man does not know what he means when his new girlfriend said, cancel that shit. Cancel all that shit. Right? He does not know. Oh. Wait, they actually call him Tyrese? I thought you guys made that up. I see somebody say Tyrese is back. Jesus Christ. Somebody said getting in a relationship while someone's divorce is pending, then breaking up with them because you basically realize they haven't fully healed yet is the epitome of delusional. No, it's not. It's not. Which one is better, Tyrese or her? She found out that it's okay. All right, let's continue. It's all the same. They're all delusional. Okay. I don't care if you're a man or woman. Stop jumping into a relationship with people who you know have just ended a previous one. Actually, it's that those kind of relationships are the sweetest sometimes. Rebound sex are some of the best. What are you talking about? See, this is another person trying to act like they figured out everything scientifically. We're human beings, okay? The intimate moment you have with someone who is breaking up with somebody else sometimes can be fire like that, you know? So let's not act like we all know it all now, okay? She's probably, how old is ZELIE? I have no idea. How old is she? ZELIE Timothy. I think she's what does she do even self, no? ZELIE Timothy ZELIE. Which one is she? I don't know which one is it. How old is she? She's probably in her 20s. Yeah, this girl looks like she's in her 20s. What does she do again? I can't tell. Oh, she's like a influencer? What is that? What does that even mean these days? She's 28 years old. TYRESE is like 48. Yeah, she wasn't gonna stay there. Like, come on. Yeah, like, come on now. We should have known this. Now, there's no way that girl would say, "Oh, you just left a relationship, but you are Tyrese. I'm just gonna pass." It's Tyrese, fine boy, hot chocolate, dropping, drop, truffle, all of that. Right? She's not gonna pass on this experience. That's unrealistic expectations on your part. How about that?
You doing what?
Yeah. Let me see. If he sings about his ex, what's the big deal? Holds grieving, and if she did her job, he wouldn't have gotten over it by now. He would have gotten over it by now. No, that's not how that works. We cannot discount emotions. Emotions are nobody's mate. What will women outside America do for him? Please don't disrespect those women. Listen, I'm telling you, Tyrese, if he goes and become a passport bros, if he tries it, Uma collect. Uma drag it to Jekwe. He has not seen Pepe yet. You think you've seen masculine women and you're the masculine American woman. Uma shock it.
He shock you.
No, he should. If he's going to go do that, he should lead with his money and leave with his money. Don't go and try to do lovey-dovey with foreign women. He will collect. Anyway, somebody said, I'm speaking on behalf of the Capricorn community. We don't condone any of this man's action. We would like to trade him to the Scorpios. I didn't see that coming. I never expected
it.
I didn't see that coming. No. Tyrese is definitely not a Scorpio. Scorpio men don't act like that. No. We're too proud. Yeah, no. Scorpio men don't have time for that. Okay, we're too like negative proud. Like us, like as in no. I disagree, MOP. Tyrese need a woman that will love him for real. He can find it. He's gonna need to go to therapy first. I prescribed 2 years, 24 months. Okay? He needs to bury his head down and focus on himself. He needs to love himself. He cannot find a woman that will love him for real if he can't love himself, you know? What do you mean he doesn't love himself? I'm gonna ask Tyrese. A woman that will help him see the world differently. No. See, another angle. If a man needs a woman to help him see the world differently. Jesus! Yeah. It's going to get worse, so But Ben, it's gonna get worse.
Not be juju be that.
Yeah. Obinrin is not your mate, okay? You need her to help you see the world differently. No, that's not gonna work. That's literally against the rules. That completely destroys everything. She's looking up to you to help her see the world differently. Now you're looking up to her. How's that gonna work? But Ben, tell me.
Not be juju be that.
That's not gonna work, you know. But I yield. Anyway, maybe I was thinking about only doing Instagram, Facebook for 15 minutes and then bringing everybody over, because I see that somebody's watching on Instagram. Shout out to you. We should all be in the same house, okay? But we might just be ending. As a matter of fact, I'm going to end that right now. Let me see if I can. No, I can't. I can't do that. Yeah, I can't do that. But let's keep it moving. So we're talking about Tyrese. I'm just still reading some of the comments. This person just collect for trading, trying to trade Tyrese for Scorpios. No way, God forbid. I read it as ZELIE thought my dog was having some banking issues. That's nonsense. That girl, yeah, she's just over it. She might come back, by the way. That's not the end of that story, by the way. There's gonna be more of Tyrese story coming, even with ZELIE. I think they've broken up before too. It's not the first time they are breaking up. Okay. No one wants to hear their partner constantly talk about their ex, song or not. So I feel her. Exactly. Even men, we don't want to hear you run your mouth directly, indirectly, positively, negatively, dragging him. I don't want to hear you talk about your ex. That's crazy. Are you kidding me? I don't want to hear you talk about your ex. That's just the reality. For me personally, especially if your ex is fine like this, no, she's probably thinking like, look at me. It should be about me, right? And this is all emotional, okay? This is not some scientific thought process. It is all scientific anyway. But these people, they're not ready. Tyrese is not ready. What more do y'all want from me? That's what somebody typed in there. What more do y'all want from me? Tyrese need to breathe, okay?
Let be poor. Breathe.
Let Tyrese breathe. He needs to let himself breathe. That's what needs to happen, okay? But this is not really exactly news, you know. There's probably worse happening behind the scenes. When you focus on negative, it expands. You focus on positive, it expands. Whatever you decide to focus on in your life have a tendency to expand and occupy everything else. Occupy the rest of the space. Okay? So however way you want to interpret that, do you. D-Love says, True, Tyrese is the most emotionally Capricorn I've ever seen. He needs to be sent to this Cancer zodiac zone. Is Capricorn on the fence? Like, is that almost like Cancer? Is that Capricorn is like December? That's like December people, right? I don't know. I don't pay attention to it. I just know Scorpio because that's what I am. So anyway, Toby and Tribe says, repeating the same pattern again, bringing private matters to the public. I guess you were right. He seems to like coming off as a good guy. He is the good guy who would end up.
What?
No, he's a good guy, okay? He's a good guy, okay? But that's not enough. It's too many good people. It's 8 billion people out here. They all think they're good, man. They all think they're good. You need more than just being good, you know. But shout out to Tyrese. Mario says he talks too much. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are. If you've been following us since we've been covering this story, I would like to really know your thoughts about, basically, I don't remember what I said half the time, but you know, if you remember that I said something or anything like that, you feel like I'm wrong or you disagree or you want to do a bro code like Brother Ben, please feel free, okay? Let me know what your thoughts are about Tyrese, especially if you empathize with him. which I don't think you're capable of doing that, because there's a good chance you're not as rich as Tyrese. You don't realize how much is set to lose if he continues in the same pattern. But let me give you freedom. Just tell me your thoughts, okay? And well, we shouldn't encourage people to do that to Tyrese. How do I say this? So we're encouraging people to be people. Okay, all right. Just rest. Tell me your opinion. Let me know what you think, okay? No, Capricorn, December, January, 0 are strong, serious people. They are? Okay. Cancer, July is very emotional. You know, 50 Cent is Cancer. I remember that part. I don't know what month it is. You know, I think Charlemagne from the Breakfast Club is also Cancer, all right? Oh, you know what? I know what Cancer is. They're like in July, right? Because my sister is Cancer, so I'll leave it. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'll be back in 20 seconds. Let's do some reaction videos. All right. See you soon.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right, so let's spend the remaining of the time reacting a little bit to what Jasmine Okafor, aka, what's her real name again? I forgot her real name. What's her real name again? Something. Okay, I don't know. This is what we know as Jasmine Okafor, not girlfriend, not side chick, but adopted daughter of Mr. IBU. We started this story yesterday, so please go back if you need to catch up to where we are. So today we're just going to spend the last few minutes reacting to some of the things she has to say, so that we're making sure. Now, let me warn you, I will not be listening to the whole thing before I extract lessons. You need to separate my lessons I'm extracting from judging her. I have no plans to judge her. If you're already taking sides with her, you will have a tendency to feel like I'm judging her, and that's okay too. I just want to warn you ahead of time, okay? So let's get to Jasmine. I'm starting at about 8 minutes mark because we kind of cover everything she said in the beginning. Let's get to Jasmine. Let's go.
I sent her 100,000 naira. She called me, she thanked me, said that 100,000 will go a very long way for her. I said, okay. Subsequently, I will keep in touch. That was my first encounter with her after a very long period of time. But that was my first time talking to her after a very long period of time, after I left the country and everything. So from there, she started chatting me every day. We were talking. Subsequently, she would send me, for every single time we were having conversation, it was about the issues in the house and all of those things. And at the point, she started complaining to me that she's not able to reach daddy on the phone, in person of Mr. IBU, and when she calls him in Abuja, he doesn't pick and all of that. So she would ask me to call daddy on her behalf and talk to daddy that daddy should send something for her and the kids. And I've been supporting her in the little way I can during that period. My friends in Cyprus, I can call their names here. I'm sure most of them are still alive, although I'm not in contact with some of them because I've left Cyprus for a while. They are aware. Some of them are aware because when I don't have, I'll ask my friend, oh, please help me. I want to send. They know how close I was to the family and how I was always concerned about the family.
Wait, oh, is she reading something? She looks like she's reading. Okay, maybe she had like an outline or something. Everything she wants to cover. Okay. All right. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We're getting there. Okay. Basically, what she's talking about here is that.
We go explain because no evidence.
No, sorry, that was my happy finger. Sorry, I didn't mean that. But anyway, what she was saying is that she has done so many good things, not just for Mr. IBU, but for also the wife, Stella Maris. Okay, that's what she's saying. So at this point, keep in mind, again, if you're going to help people out, I want you to understand that your rewards is in heaven. You're sowing treasures in heaven. Your reward is in heaven. At the very minimum, you should understand that it's not necessarily the people that you favored that will favor you back. Okay, sometimes it will come from completely different people in life, right? So does that mean you shouldn't have expectations? No, you will have expectations as a default reality of life. You should manage your expectations when it comes to helping other people out, you know. And I'm saying that considering everything that has happened, because he's been dragged through the mud, seemingly for helping this man, right? So I feel her pain in that regards, right? But just manage your expectations. When you help somebody, you know, when you give somebody $1 or $5 or $2 at the light, right, at the traffic light, when you pull up and there's some homeless people come to you and you give them $1, you have no expectation when it comes to that, right? Not from that person. You know that you're doing good for a person. That's the same way you should think in general. And if you can afford, just do as much as you can do that you're not looking up to it. But we know that the story is much more than that. Let's keep going.
So at one point I said I was coming back to Nigeria, because at that point I was dating someone and we're talking about getting married. So I had a reason to come to Nigeria, and I told her, I said, look, I'm coming to Nigeria. When I come to Nigeria, we'll sit down and talk. Then we'll know how to solve some of all these issues that is going on, you know. So I was also talking to Daddy's son, Valentine, that was in South Africa. I was talking to so many people in the family that period. So when I came back to Nigeria, I was supposed to come to Lagos. In fact, she was supposed to meet me at the airport, but she couldn't meet up. And then I told her I was going straight to Abuja. I traveled with one other lady, one of their family friend. So we went to Abuja. On getting to Abuja, Daddy was really sick. He was really, really sick. That was the first video that went viral on social media that was giving him medicine. I said, Daddy, take this medicine, take the medicine. I am sure I'll put it on the screen during the course of the video. So Daddy was really sick. The condition I met him was really bad. I have a lot of videos we made that day, asking what was happening. He said he's really down for the past 2 years. He don't know what is happening. I said, why haven't you gone home if things are really that bad? Go home and stay with your wife. At least she will take care of you. Now that you are here in this hotel, the name of the hotel he was then was Nana Suit. You people can go and find out how long that he stayed in Nana Suits. I know. I heard when I came, I heard he lived in.
So wait, is that so? He was staying in an hotel for an extended period of time. Is that cheap in Nigeria, in Abuja? Is that like some kind of cheap stuff in Abuja? I'm just wondering. Is that like cheap? Like how much? If you're staying in hotels for days, that has to be expensive, right? So maybe that's where some of that money had gone. But anyway, they're just showing a picture of him being in a hotel, some Nana suite. And that's Jasmine there too.
So many hotels in Abuja before finally living in Nana Suit. I'm sure people that are watching this video, some people will be able to go there and make inquiries. It was in Nana Suit Hotel that I went and found that day. So in that Nana Suit Hotel, there are some other people that were there, some other actors. During the course of this video, I'll be mentioning some names. So if there's anything I'm saying that is lie, people can go and make inquiries. You know, I didn't want to come and say anything, but things have gotten to the part where I have to speak up, and I have to speak up my truth. I have to say my truth the way it is. That is the essence of telling this story. The way it is. If after knowing my truth, you people still deem it fit to condemn me, it's fine. But at least let it be that I speak. Let it be that I said something. Let it be that I stood up for myself. So when I arrived at that Nana Hotel with the lady that is a family friend to them, Daddy was really sick. Then I did a video of him being sick and I put it on social media. That video caught the attentions of so many good Nigerians, and then people started reaching out.
This caption says pharmacophobia. Actor Mr. Ibu begs his daughter to take his medicine on his behalf. Oh, he doesn't want to take the medicine.
What's happening to Mr. Ibu? It's been so long we heard about Mr. Ibu. What's happening to all our old Nollywood actors? We haven't been seeing Mr. Ibu. Nobody has been hearing about him for a while now. And there were some good people that were around him around that period. They knew he was sick, but they did not know he was that bad. Benedict Johnson, a Nollywood actor, was there. Labista was there. There's one other man. I don't really know him mutually, but I met him there. He was one of the people that was helping him then. And Bala, Mr. Bala. They had a program running, one political party program that was running on that period. I can't really say much about it because I came and met them in the middle of it. In fact, I later found out that they were the one even sustaining his hotel bill, his food and everything. So when they saw that video, they rushed, they came, Benedict Johnson came over, Labista came over, and some people in Nollywood, they came over. And immediately, it wasn't up to an hour. Let me say an hour, 30 minutes. They rushed him to the hospital. They rushed him to the hospital, Zenith Kidney and Medical Center. When they took him to the hospital, I believe Benedict Johnson, by the grace of God, he's alive and healthy. He knows most of. He should be able to relate to most of the things I'm going to say during this period in Abuja. They took him to the hospital. The doctor saw that they saw his former medical reports from the previous hospital he was, and what the doctor said that day, I won't forget. He said, if this medical reports that they came with is the state of him of daddy right now, that means things are really bad. And then I can remember then, if the people that were there can attest to the fact that he was saying, death is near, death is near, death is near. I was rebuking him. I said, death is not near, you're not dying anytime soon. So the hospital, they said they had to make a deposit of a particular amount of money. Benedict Johnson and Lavista were running around with some other people, the Bala man, they were running around, they were able to raise a certain amount of money, and then they made deposit at that hospital, Zenith Hospital. So they started checking that I cannot actually give details of his medical condition because I feel like that those are things that are actually personal to him, that I can actually say to some extent the medical condition was really bad. It wasn't a very good report. So they started checking him all over. They had to admit him. They admitted him in that hospital for at least 3 months. And the people that took care of the bill that time, as far as I know, was that group of people that were sustaining him at that hotel. So when I came, the first thing I called the wife, I said, look, I'm here at the hospital in Abuja. The condition is really bad. If it's possible for you to come, come. She now said that she doesn't have transport, or that she doesn't have money for flight, she can't come, that they said we're going to arrange money for her to come and all of that. I said, okay. So I spoke to daddy, I said, we need to find a way for your wife to come so that she can actually take care of you. That is...
All right, so you can see why people are saying that, Jasmine has suffered, right? And it makes sense that they will say that, because again, if she was there all this while and they're carrying him around and he was sick and the wife was nowhere to be found, it makes sense, that a lot of people will feel that way. But let me see. No, it is not. Maybe he knew the owner, the hotel, right? 2024, we need to cancel this sharp, heavy nighttime makeup. Did that traumatize you? It's Marriott that always say, hey, I beg, can you reduce this thing on the screen? That's always Marriott that always say that. But let's keep going. Now, I want to listen to the full story. So there's nothing special that she's saying that we don't already know. I might just be skipping every 5 minutes. If the next 5 minutes is nothing much to, we'll see.
Said clearly to me that day that he doesn't want his wife to come to the hospital that day. That if his wife comes, he's going to die. I'm not the only one he said that to.
Wait.
That day that he doesn't want his wife to come to the hospital that day. That his
okay, so he doesn't want the wife to come to the hospital because if the wife comes, he's going to die. Okay, that's what he said to Jasmine. Now it's making sense why Jasmine felt like she has the keys to the kingdom. All right, let's keep going.
He's going to die. I'm not the only one he said that to. Labista, you're still alive. Benedict Johnson, you're still alive. If you people know the truth and you want to be silent about it because you don't want to get involved in family issues, I can understand. But I know very well that you people know
they're not going to get. Okay.
We pleaded with daddy.
So this is something that Jasmine should learn from these other people. They're not going to get in other people's family issue, right? And rightfully so. Let's keep going.
With daddy, pleaded with him for him to allow his wife to come to the hospital. He said no, and he gave his reasons. He made some very strong allegations about their marriage, about having caught his wife having affairs so many times and all of that.
Okay, so he caught his wife cheating. Maybe he caught his wife with some fetish stuff, maybe with some diabolical stuff. He might have his reasons why he doesn't want his wife around. But guess what you did? You talked him to having the wife. Now, what does that mean to you? What if something happens to him when you have now talked him into allowing the wife to come, right? Will you be able to forgive yourself? See, when people say they don't want to engage in other people's family matter, or they say they don't want to leave them alone, they have their reasons, right?
I called the wife. I told him, I said, this is what daddy said. This is what he said. He doesn't want you to come, that he caught you having an affair and all of those things. She said, that is not true, that she never had any affair. I'm not here to say whether she had affair or she never had affair because I wasn't there. But I'm quoting what that is.
Well, you just told us that she said, so if they are dragging her online for being a cheater and lazy and all this kind of stuff, you just told us. Like, you can't check social media. They're going to drag her for that. You don't get to just say, well, I'm not saying she have affair or anything. No, you just said it. They're going to drag her literally they're going to drag that family. They're going to drag him too. Right? They're going to drag him because they will drag his wife and it's going to make him look weak. He's married to a person who will cheat on him. Right? You're not helping. I know you want to help, but you're not helping. You're helping yourself, and you're not helping yourself either, because I get it. Let me just speak my truth. You're not helping yourself either. Let's keep going.
Said that day, the main reason why he said he didn't want her to come to Abuja. He said he didn't want her to come, that for the past 2 years he hasn't seen her, and she affirmed to me that for the past 2 years she has not seen him. They were only talking on the phone, and most of the times he doesn't pick the call, and most of the time he's strangers, people that she doesn't know, that were picking the call. So then he didn't want her to be there. I was the one pushing for her to come there. I was the one pushing for her. I told her, okay, come. This is the hospital. She asked me where the hospital address was. I said, come. And I told her, okay, you know what you're going to do? Find a way. Sort out a way. Find flight ticket and come. When you come, then we can now find a way and raise the money and balance you back. Because if Daddy is giving his reason, saying this is the reason why he doesn't want you to come, I cannot go against that will. So finally, the wife actually talked about that issue. She herself said that Daddy has been telling a lot of people that she has had it from so many places that she's having an affair. But in reality, that it were just mere accusations, that it was hearsays. He was hearing from a lot of people that she never had any affair. I believed whatever she said that period. I believed her. I had no reason to doubt what she was saying. So I just as an adult, I felt like, oh, maybe it's just normal misunderstanding between husband and wife, that they were in turn settle later. So later on, she came to the hospital. When she came to the hospital, the first thing that they asked me was, who brought her here? I said that this person is your wife now. You cannot be asking me who brought her here. Then she later said her friend, one of her friends, which I'll be mentioning her name in the course of this video, because a lot of things that happen in that family she knows. If she's willing to come out and speak up one day, it's on her. If she wants to know the truth and still be silenced about the truth, it's still on her. I'll not force anybody to come and speak up or force anybody to come and stand up for me. I won't. That's what I won't do. So that her friend.
How about that?
Now, she, according to the wife, when she landed in Abuja after I sent the address, she said it was that her friend Ogadima that actually booked the flight ticket for her. And then she came there. There was one other lady that was there that they later had issue with. Whatever, I don't know. They later had issue with the lady that was there.
Okay, so she came to the hospital. Okay, the wife ended up coming to the hospital, and you know, they were making up, and then there's the fight, all that kind of stuff. The bottom line here is that she helped to rekindle their relationship, I guess. Okay. Shout out to Jasmine for helping rekindling their relationship. Let's keep going.
The hospital. So when she came to the hospital, it was me, the other lady that she later had issue with, and Daddy at first in the hospital. Before she came, I was the one in the hospital taking care of Daddy when I came back. Then some people in La Vista would come, Benedict Justin would come. Some people were coming. Some other people from Nollywood and some people that were there in that hotel that he was lodged at. The people that were looking after him were paying for his food and his hotel bill. Those people were also frequenting the hospital before she came. So when she came, I stepped down. I was just there. Whatever she wants, she would send me a message like her daughter. She was even calling me her daughter, introducing me. She was the one that started introducing me to people as her daughter. Oh, this is my daughter. This is what she has done and all of that. I was working with the flow. I never had issue with her at any point. I was very loyal to her. Never at any point had any issue with her. So
until
Daddy was not in that hospital for about 2 weeks. Then his son later came and joined us. Daniel, his second son, sorry, not the one in South Africa. His second son later came and joined us in the hospital. So it was me, Daddy, his wife, his son at the hospital. Subsequently, people started coming to the hospital to visit him. Yes, Madam Mona Lisa came to visit him in Nollywood address. She was the then secretary of PGN. A lot of people started coming to the hospital to visit him after the post I made went viral. Some people were contributing directly to him. Some people were giving him cash directly to him. At no situation was any money that was given to him taken by me or given to me. They were giving it to him, either him directly or the wife. I was just there in the picture trying to assist with everything. So after staying in the hospital for months,
all right. I'm going to push this forward by 5 minutes and see if there's anything new that she's saying. Again, all of this, we can basically suspect that this video was designed to justify her.
You don't need IT certifications to earn 6 figures in tech. I know you've been told.
Because bringing problem that time.
To justify herself. That's fine. Okay. What she needs to do still, from what we've heard so far, is to just give them some space. Okay. Give them, not him per se, because it's going to be out there. Well, I don't know now because it's sick, right? But give them some space, right? When you come into conjugal matters and you come in between them, or you try to help them, either whatever your intentions are, it doesn't matter. You know, I think that's what a lot of people are stuck at, that the intentions were good. I agree. But that's not good enough, as always. I just said that with the TYRESE stuff, everybody else. You need a little bit more than just good intentions. Good intentions is a great place to start from. Sure, you should have good intentions, but you should also manage your expectations around your good intentions. Let's play the next 5 minutes. Let's see. I'm moving it. I'm speeding it so we can get through it, because she's basically just saying that she didn't do anything wrong. She tried to help this family. Okay.
And the problem the problem I'm talking about is not just that they were always quarreling in the loudest of their voice. I've never witnessed Daddy hitting her,
fighting.
or witness has beating Daddy, but they were always fighting at the top of their voice. That Daddy would at some point he would start complaining, oh my heart, my chest, and all of those things. He would start complaining as if those things were actually affecting him directly. So then, aside from that job I did in Cyprus, I was doing TikTok. Even when I traveled to Gambia and some other African countries, I was doing TikTok. And then people that knows what TikTok is all about knows that TikTok is one social media platform that pays very well if you're very creative and you know what you're doing. If you go on TikTok, like you have a lot of people gifting you and all of that. So I started telling her, I said, okay, now that is not working, that this TikTok thing, I showed her how I was making my income and all of that. I said, this TikTok thing might actually be something that would work for you people. She said, okay, she's very interested, that I should create an account for her. I should teach her how she can do the TikTok thing, which I did. I politely did.
Out of the goodness of your heart.
I even went as far as growing her TikTok account to 114,000 followers. That it is.
Wow, she actually has 113,000 followers. Our own page. That's good for her.
Today, I was doing content for her even while we're in Abuja.
We're talking about Stella Maris now.
I was doing content for her. I was shooting the videos. Everything on that TikTok platform till it grew to that amount of follower it has was all my doings. Then later on, I started doing Daddy TikTok. She said I should also help Daddy, bring Daddy back to social media, that people don't know that Daddy has gone out of the limelight. Maybe he can start having a job. That is how I started creating content with Daddy, bringing him back to the limelight so that he can at least afford the least school fees. And as I speak, I know there are so many people in the industry that can attest to the fact that I was not the only one Daddy was calling and asking for finance. Because when I came, I heard a lot of stuff. A lot of people were telling me Daddy was asking for finance for as many people as possible. Everybody knew that the time I came back to Nigeria, Daddy was at his lowest. He was at his lowest. He was asking for the least 2,000 naira from anybody that cared to sustain his family. He was asking for the least 1,000 naira. He was asking for money from anybody, be it a stranger, anybody. So a lot of people knew that I was not the only person that knows that Daddy was at his lowest when I came back to Nigeria. That Daddy wasn't doing fine at all financially. So that was how I was able to set up the TikTok thing for both her and Daddy. And when I came back, Daddy's Instagram account was hacked. His account was hacked. He was not active on Instagram. In fact, his account was hacked while he was in the hospital. And we later find out who hacked his account is also somebody in the Nollywood. I don't want to mention name because the case was taken to the case was taken to Aja police station. I was the one that found out because I was chatting the account and then the person was chatting me. He sent details to send money. I later found out who the person was. I was the one that reported the case to Aja police station, paid for every investigation to go on. And when the investigation went on, they tracked the person and they brought the person to Aja police station for me to recover that account. There's this girl called Jenna on Instagram. So I paid Jenna 500,000 on Instagram to help recover that account. Now they recovered Daddy's account, Instagram account. After they recovered the Instagram account, before I paid that money, I told the wife, I said, okay, see, how are we going to raise the money? She was like, let's forget about the account. That it's something we can always do. That money is not important to pay that kind of money. And I remember that I called my immediate younger brother. I said, please, can you loan me 500,000? So the next day I'll be able to send it to you. Let me just quickly solve this problem. And he did. She was there when the money came and everything, and we solved that problem. And when the guy was arrested, he later compensated Daddy with I think 1.something million naira.
All right. So again, so far we're getting the gist that Stella Maris is problematic. That's not new. I guess it's nice for you to hear from Jasmine, okay? But I'm going to push it forward by 5 minutes. Let me see. She's saying something else new, okay? My stance is still, she need to excuse herself. For our own good, give herself. So anytime I ask people to give people space, actually they need the space more. Anytime somebody said, please give me some space, maybe your wife came to you and said, I need some space, you probably need that space. You probably haven't realized, you haven't been taking care of yourself. You probably need that space more than she does. Take the space for your own good. I know you have good intentions, you want to keep the family, but sometimes you need a breather. You need to breathe. You need to let the situation breathe so that you can have a better chance of actually repairing things, you know. But if you are going to be stubborn and stay there, I say that you might end up at Alagbon for no reason, and it will all be out of the goodness of your heart, and you mean well, and right. So I'll be very honest with you. Listening to her right now is still the same thing. She's painting the picture that she was good to them. Nonetheless, that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about when you're good to them. Is the timing off? Is the timing right? What are all the other issues that are going on behind the scenes? What are all the other factors that goes into this? Are we talking about a husband and wife that have a very toxic relationship? Are we talking about a man whose life was messy before you came into it? Is this a project for you? Are you trying to fix another man's life that clearly is probably not as interested as you are? He will figure his own self out. That's probably how he lived his life all his life. But you're going to put it together. But you see what just happened now, right? So Yoruba people actually say, oh, anyone. When you're going to do goodness out of the goodness of your heart, manage your expectations. Make sure that you're already getting more than enough rewards. All right? And you're not putting so much weight on yourself, trying to expect rewards from that same angle. Because Stella Maris and Mr. Ibu, they were managing their life, so they knew why they were separated for 2 years. They knew. Right? Imagine trying to talk to Mr. Ebu and trying to preach at him about relationships with Stella Maria. Say, you two, do you think he's going to listen to you? No, he knows what he's doing. That's his lifestyle. If he was separated from his wife and children for 2 years, he knew that's the lifestyle, you know. But let's keep going. Let's play another 5 minutes at 1.5 speed, and let's see what she said. Anything new? I don't think there's anything new that she's going to say that we will find useful, by the way. But let's just do it.
I said the way I saw him, I don't think he's willing to come back. In fact, he was saying he's going to stay there for about 3 months and later go to Abuja. That's his plan, that they were working on something. The guy they were working on something, on one program that could likely bring him money. I had faith that whatever it is they're working on will likely bring him money. So I said, okay. So when we came back, I had a conversation with her. I remember vividly then. That was the first time she played there with me. She said, look, prior to when I came back, the daddy has left the house severally in a very lengthy period of time since he stopped getting jobs and things stopped working out for him. And most of the time that he's not around, most of the time he's outside. When she contacted the people he's with, she's not able to reach out to him. And now that I've rented a house and it's a 5-bedroom duplex in like very close, not very far, because when I was looking for that house, I was with them. So when I was living with them when I went to look for the house. So I didn't look for somewhere that is very far. I looked for a place that is very okay for it. It was actually myself and her that went to look for the place. You understand? So we got a place that was very close. So she was pleading with me that, can daddy come and stay with me for a while? That even if it's the TikTok thing that we're doing that is bringing money, let's be doing it. At least she sees small money to settle certain bills. If it's that one that is working out, let's do it. At least she'll be able to reach out to him if he's in my place. Other than him being in certain places that she's not able to reach out with him, sometimes she cannot communicate with him. You know, and whenever they communicate, he always end up in a fight. At least to some certain extent, he listens to me and all that. And after that, for me, my mother is in the same house, my son is in the same house, my younger brother is in the same house, and my husband, my ex-husband, is actually in the same house at that time. That for daddy to come and stay with us in the house, it's going to be like a very big family. And after that, I can only allow that in one condition: if his second son, that was also with us in Lagos then, can come and move in with him, so that it will be a situation of a son taking care of a father in my house. It wouldn't completely be my responsibility. So we later had a conversation about it, myself, the second son, and her, and then we agreed. We said, okay, daddy will come and stay with me. After she pleaded with me, and if any of these things I'm saying, if you guys feel it's lies, I'm going to put evidences out here. So daddy finally moved in with me. When daddy moved in initially, she used to come to the house. In fact, not initially, she was coming to the house at all time. She will come when she wants to go, she'll take food stuff and all that things and take back to the house. I never complained. I was treating her like my mom. Even my mom would sometimes say, I'm treating this woman more than I'm treating her. Her friend would attest to it. Her friends always say that I have so much respect for her. The kind of respect I have for her, they've never seen anybody that respected her like that. You know, I used to call her mommy. I don't even call her by her name. Most people my age call her by her name. What is called her? Stella. I call her mommy. You know, and she introduced me to all her friends, telling her friend that I'm a daughter to her. It's one of her friends that has salon very close to my house. She told her friend that I'm a daughter. In fact, when this whole issue happened, the friend called me and she said she's surprised that this same person that was telling me that you've done this for her, she's done. What happened? How did things went this bad? How did things escalate like this? What really happened? You know, when I said I was closer to her than I was with daddy, most time when she wants to do something, she'll come and meet me and tell me to tell daddy. Like when she started talking about daddy selling property, she went to meet daddy several and told him about selling property. Daddy quite didn't sit well with it. She had to come to me and say, please help me talk to him. He listens to you. Talk to him in the way you understand. Because if I'm talking to him, he will think, oh, I'm doing this because I want to use the money for my selfish reason. Let him see reasons that he needs to sell this property so that.
Same thing. Jasmine has the key to the kingdom. That's what this is about. I'm just gonna move up a little bit. Yeah, this is boring to me, by the way.
I'm Nicole Hockley from Sandy Hook Promise.
I'm bored out of my mind.
I know this is hard to hear, but it's important.
I wasn't expecting much. It wasn't like there was a pattern I was following. I wasn't following any pattern. It's not like I studied this in school. I was just doing my thing from the depth of my heart, from the genuineness of my heart, and things were coming along. You know, I thought that, okay, I was going to help you, you know, find a way you're going to grow your page. I'll give you some tips. And I was actually giving her some tips on how to build her page.
Well, we still talk about TikTok.
I know this was a pure case of envy and jealousy. A case of envy and jealousy. From that point where they dragged me on social media from the first time, then they claimed that they apologized. Later, she went on Just Lover. She sent a whole different things were happening in the police station. Different things were being carried on Just Lover. She would say, Mr. Ibu has gone back to the family. Him and the wife has reconfirmed. And the Jasmine girl has it. What happened? That same day, after Just Lover dragged me, after I was dragged on social media, after the wife paraded me on social media as a terrible person, after the whole reconciliation, where did the man sleep? Where did Mr. Ibu sleep? He still came back to sleep in my house. He still came back to sleep in my house. After the whole thing, the wife came out on social media and said, I have accepted Jasmine as my adopted daughter. I have not accepted that. You were the one that started telling people that I was your daughter. You're the one that started parading me as your daughter. You're telling all of your friends that I'm your daughter, that I've been like a daughter to you, that I've been of help to you. You were the one parading me like that. Then you came and say, you've accepted me as your daughter, you've accepted me as a social media manager and what's not. You know?
Social media manager.
You know, after much, we did that interview at Daddy Freeze because that first time I had all the proofs, thank God. Both the money I was sending to her, I showed everything on Daddy Freeze Live. Both the land they just sold, the land they sold, everything. Whatever happened that period was just a case of jealousy. I don't know where that jealousy emitted from because you cannot jealous somebody that you are benefiting from. You cannot envy someone that you.
Yes, you can. Okay, these are the issues here. Yes, you can jealous somebody that you are benefiting from. What kind of world does she live in? What version of this world does she live in? You can be jealous of the person that you're benefiting from if you feel like it was all your rights in the first place. You know how people jump out in this internet street and they talk about, it's my rights. I have the right to, like Mr. ALOBA, I have the right to demand, right? Because I am the right. Everybody claims it's their right, right? So she feels like it's her right that she should be able to go to her husband and ask for things without feeling the need. As far as she's concerned, she comes to you when her back is pushed against the wall. Like, can you please help me talk to him? But she resents that. She doesn't like that. She can't stand your presence. And you couldn't tell. And that's even worse. I mean, you're a young girl, so you might not be able to tell, but now you've learned. People that benefit from you can be jealous of you. Take that back to the bank. Okay? Because as far as they're concerned, if you were not present, if you didn't exist, it will all be theirs and they didn't have to go through you. Remember? They're benefiting from you, but they didn't have to go through you. She missed that.
Benefiting from, you know that you are benefiting directly from this person. If I'm a terrible person as the whole world is painting me.
That's why she's disappointed. Mara says you can jealous. Yes. Listen, I know you can jealous, right? God help us. Disappointments only come from unrealistic expectations, mismanaged expectations. No expectations, no disappointment, right? But obviously, it's not realistic for us to say we don't have expectations. We have expectations. But when your expectations are off, disappointments will follow. Then you'll be like, how can you be jealous of me? What? They can be jealous of you. You are the problem. You are the one in their way.
It to be, will I open a TikTok account for that woman and grow the account? Will I in any way contribute to her paying her children's school fees? Will I be spending my
she can interpret it as because you're making money too. Like you are using them too, right? Remember, a few people are accusing you of using the family, right? You feel used, remember? You too, you feel used, right? So it just depends on what angle are you seeing it just from your own angle? Well, here's the thing. The common sense angle will say you shouldn't be jealous of a person that you're benefiting from. That's common sense. But guess where common sense belong, right? Common sense straight in the poto. Let's continue.
Let me not call it a waste of time. Going live with daddy, generating money, and still remitting that money to her and daddy. I don't even want to go back and look at the sacrifices I've made for this family. People are saying this girl is using Mr. Ibu. How am I using Mr. Ibu? How am I using daddy? I want to know. How am I?
That is an outlook. That is some people's perspective. They see you as using Mr. Ibu, right? And like I said, if you cannot be used, then maybe you're useless. I don't really see using a person is not really problematic for me. The question is that are they benefiting from you using them? Can they get some value from you using them, right? If you're in any kind of relationship, any type of relationship, you might have gone through moments where you felt like somebody is using you because you're caught up in your feelings in that moment in time. They're caught up in their feelings. So it's not Jasmine's fault. I think she's young and she's just coming off to life and she's discovering life for the first time. But whatever was going, the fact that she could fit into that mess also says a lot about her. And she's not going to run around this internet streets as the victim. Okay? No. I just don't think she's a victim. Okay? She felt used, valid. Okay? But I bet Stella Maris will say she's using us. My husband is the star. What does she want? What do you want? Right? She might not have said it out loud while she was benefiting, getting 100,000 from you, 300,000. You helped her grow her page. She probably have no idea the value of the page you grew. She doesn't have a sense of the value of a page that has 100,000 followers on TikTok, because you handed it to her. That's another thing. When you dash people stuff, They might not value it the same way you value it. That's another lesson.
How can you be using someone that is benefiting directly from you? A lot of people are saying he's a sugar daddy. Look at me very well. At my age, if I want to go and have a sugar daddy, I will look for one that is doing very well, financially okay, that can actually provide for me, not somebody that directly is benefiting from me.
Wait, she said that? Ouch. I wouldn't have said that. No, she shouldn't have said that. But hey, I'm going to end it there. You know, I think that's all. I'm going to go there. We get the gist. She helped the family. She felt used. And then she ended up going to jail for helping her family that really could not appreciate it, you know. And Baba could not help himself, you know. So it is what it is. If there's any more that we didn't cover that you want us to cover that you feel like is a particular intricate part of this story that, you know, kind of like how Bobo did with the Mohbad, please feel free to use the comment section. I will touch on it if I feel like it's an important piece of information. But at this point in time, I think the lessons stand where they are. I think for our own good, I keep saying that, for our own good, she needs to give herself space from the MR.IBU drama so she has the skills, so she can put herself together, you know. But that's all I have for you today. I'm right on time. I want to make sure that we stay on time in this season so we can be a lot more productive. Do me a favor, hit that like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you are notified whenever we go live, okay? Did she go to jail? Yeah, I think she went to jail, actually, absolutely. I don't think anybody debunked that. She went to jail. She got picked up because Stella Maris filed a petition because there's some 50 million naira that was missing. And her and the son went to jail. They were picked up. They were in Alagmo, I think, and they were released on bail. The report is on Premium Times. And I think it's after that she decided to come and do this shalaye here. But yeah, no evidence.
Explain, because no evidence.
Listen, the reality is I believe her. I believe that she tried to help as much as she can. I believe that she was benefiting from something from that. I believe that she fit into their drama for a reason. She's not exactly innocent, okay? That doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. It just means sometimes when you're about Mashore or anyone, you know, make sure that you are also gauging things and making sure you understand how life works. Yes, people that are benefiting from you can be jealous of you. If you can't read the room, that is a major problem, okay? That's Yoruba people that said that. Please have somebody else translate to you. I think we should leave it at that for today. Hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.